The Bible is for me. I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
How lovely are thy branches.
I feel like you can basically start any Christmas song and finish in a different song.
Oh, silver bells, oh, silver bells. The red-nosed reindeer, Rudolph.
Yeah. And Frosty too. The Grinch as well. Now we're just making up a new song, though. Is the problem.
Oh, holy night, and all is well.
And Tannenbaum. And... oh, I can't think of his name. That's some real
Mario
bad
Lopez.
improv right there.
Mario Lopez.
And Good King Wenceslas. That's the other character. Underappreciated Christmas character, Good King Wenceslas.
What did he do? Do we have a
The North Pole.
The North Pole. I thought it was when he got poached by the North Pole.
Oh, he was in the transfer portal.
He was the king of France.
Yeah.
Like he was like a temp king.
Right.
It was like,
but they didn't want to commit.
So they couldn't put it in his title officially.
They were like, we don't know if he's the guy
acting king
long term, so they didn't want to, and they missed the boat.
And North Pole saw some talent.
I have a topic I want to discuss that's like really been irking me, but it's not exactly Christmas related. Is that something I can do or no?
Do you want to take it offline with like somebody else?
No, I want to talk to you about it right now.
Are you asking if I want to hear your thoughts on something?
Great. I knew you'd be down. My youngest son, Finn, is very into animals, so I'm very immersed in animal stuff, and I'm here for it. I love this season we're in, and it's made me feel like a real strong feeling about this certain thing. So learning all these things about animals, it's great. And then I'm at work the other day, and this was really the thing that broke me. We're talking about like personality traits and how they connect with an animal. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Like it's like one of the popular ones.
I was an otter.
Yeah, exactly. So you have an otter, which is like playful and fun, and you have a golden retriever.
Yeah,
which is like loyal and friendly and personable. Then you have a beaver, which is like industrious, engineering and things like that.
Busy.
And then you have a lion, which is like really strong and brave and a leader. And
thank you for spelling this out for me, Anthony.
Here's the thing: the beaver, otter, golden retriever, those are pretty reflective of that animal. Lion has this like great PR team that we've decided lions are something they're just not. Like,
I'm sorry.
The more I learn about like other cats, especially, I'm like, I don't even know that a lion is a top 5 cat.
Wow.
If we really think about it.
That's a hot take.
And I brought this up at work and someone was like, oh, like you think like a tiger is like stronger. Friendo, a tiger is so much stronger than a lion. It's so much bigger. If you've ever seen them side by side, which you wouldn't because they don't live in the same area. But like, then you look at what leopards are doing in the jungle, and that's really
leopards
cool.
Are tiny though. They're like smaller than a couch.
Am I thinking of a jaguar?
They're all the same.
There's some really cool cats. And then you look at like, what does a lion do all day? Like lays around, gets bullied by like hyenas sometimes.
That's because leopards don't have to deal with hyenas the same way.
They're taking out crocodiles though. I just think there's a PR firm working for lions that has really sold them as like they're the thing. You think about if you're doing like a leader situation, like the lion leader lays around and sleeps all day. Let's talk about alpha wolves.
I think that's resource allocation. And if you're busy all day long, you don't have time to lead the animals around you.
You're defending the leadership style of the sleeping male lion.
Whoa. You were the one who said this is about a male lion.
Yeah.
I was thinking female lion this whole time.
Honestly.
Wow.
That would make way more sense.
Yeah.
Now a lioness.
Oh.
You're talking now.
No.
We're talking about an animal that's interesting. They hunt in packs.
No,
they're cool.
no,
There's a lot going on.
No, you meant male lion. A lion is the globe. Is
I
the
am saying I
overall
meant
name.
male lion.
It's the overall.
Right.
I know. And when I say lion, I think female lion.
I don't know what sort of points you're trying to get.
I'm saying
but
you're
just
sexist.
Take them and put them in your basket, and then remember what I'm saying. A male lion, because that's like the image of this thing. Is like this is a big old
In your
lazy creature. That's what this is. And I get there's a lot of fun things. We think about like Aslan, and that's great. And these are great. These are great that we've sort of made lions into a concept. But when we talk about what an actual lion is, my hot take is they're like barely a top 5 cat.
Lion has efficiently outsourced his or her responsibilities.
There's no her in this because the female lions
guess not
are
to you.
working all the time. They are an admirable species.
They're not working all the
male
time.
lions I have an issue with because they're lying around all day, and then we do like Mufasa, and it's like, okay, great, that's cool. It's a great story, but again,
It's not real, is
they're
it?
lazy creatures, and we're like they're the hardworking leaders of the animal kingdom. That's branding.
I'm going to let you
That's
have this
branding.
conversation with a lion in real life in the Serengeti.
If I have a tiger on my team, I'll take tiger. You've really got me confused if I'm thinking of a jaguar. One of them jumps from trees and takes out crocodiles.
Yeah. I
Epic.
think they
I'll
all
take
do.
snow leopard out there in the elements figuring stuff out. Like, there's so many cats that are so cool and interesting. And I think we're a little too focused on the lion, personally.
I'll agree with you on like interesting for sure. But we're not talking about interesting. We're talking about leadership qualities.
The thing's asleep all day.
Yeah. You ever been into a
male-
CEO's office? It's
This
like,
is
oh, I'm so
such
busy. I'm working. If they're not like a startup CEO, like they're
Oh my
golfing
gosh.
all freaking
So
day
what
long.
you're saying is they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
And they're like, guys, if we start prioritizing like a tiger, they're going to expect a lot more out of us.
Exactly.
We got to go.
Yes. This
they're-
is my point.
Okay, now I'm checking.
The lion has outsmarted all the other
Yeah,
cats
that's
and has
what
been able to be
everybody's like.
lazy in golf like 3 days out of the
Yeah,
week.
yeah. So because it also kind of tracks because that's the system the male lions have built. Is like, what's the male lion's biggest job? To fend off other male lions. Like it's a completely male lion. This is the whole ecosystem. What do the female lions do? Oh, they go out and hunt, and take care of the young, and they do a billion things. We have a big job too. Don't forget, we have to. I got to be strong and rested in case another guy
Right.
that is strong and rested wants
Right.
to come over here and
What if-
mess with me.
What
who's
if
strong
I'm
and
so
rested.
busy as a lion that I'm not rested enough to protect you from the other big lion? Now what?
This is, yeah.
You gonna call the hyenas?
It's
No.
making a lot of sense when you spell out why this has taken shape in the corporate world.
Yeah. Now, do I like tigers more? Yeah.
The
for sure.
jaguar jumps from trees and takes out crocodiles.
Yeah, they're
That's not
cooler.
us.
No,
That's
we don't.
not us.
We
That's
don't
gonna
swim.
be
Have you ever seen a wet lion? It's funny.
probably really like
Yeah.
thin.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
imagine your grandma who would like puff up her hair and like get all her bouffant
just-
done, and then take a shower,
Completely.
and it's just lay down flat. It's
There
weird.
are last thing on this because again I'm just nerding out with my son and I'm loving it. There is a extinct species. The lion scar from The Lion King is actually like that dark. That was a real lion species for a while and now it's extinct. And it was probably cool. I gotta say that. That was probably a cool looking thing.
That's the one that was.
Say they
cool.
were massive too.
See, and what did it do? What did it do for that lion to be the king, the CEO, the busy one that was real cool? It went extinct. Done.
Gosh, I hate how much sense you're making. Drives me. I don't like it.
Most people don't.
Welcome to the Bible's Funny Podcast. My name's Anthony. That's Tim. Today we are in the Christmas spirit, as you can tell by our extensive lion conversation.
The Lion of Bethlehem.
Lion and the Lamb. We're doing a Christian movie today. A Christmas Christian movie.
That's right.
Christmas.
We put the Christianness.
Christmas. This is a segment we call Christian Movies Are Funny. It's where Tim and I have both separately watched this film on our own time. And we're going to come together today and discuss it with you, our friends. Before we get started, I think you still have time right now if you order the Bible is Funny game to get it by Christmas. And if you sponsor a child at compassion.com/Bible is Funny and let me know that you did that, I'll send you a free Bible is Funny game, version 1 or version 2, your choice. You can get those links in the show notes. Phew! Now that we've talked about that exhausting part, Tim,
we went on for 45 minutes about lions.
I could do longer, but I just probably need to start a different podcast. Today's movie is called...
What is it?
The Christmas Manger.
This is a little inside joke because I kept
Manger.
thinking it said Christmas Manager.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas Manger. So
That
don't look up Christmas Manager on the internet.
That's probably
It's probably a movie.
though. This is called Christmas Manger. Came out in 2018.
Sure did.
Tim, what else do we need to know about this movie before we get started?
Here's some deets. This film was written by Andrea Geiertsen Nasfell. I'm sure I got that right.
Is that hyphenated or that's all one word?
No, that's 3 words.
Okay.
It's a middle name. I don't know. Maybe if it's a maiden name. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I can't pronounce 2 of the 3 names she's got. Directed by Brent Ryan Green, also has 3 names. All of those I can pronounce. This film stars Andrea Logan as Jessica. Andrea was also in The Wager. She was in God's Not Dead, In God We Trust. We have not seen all of those. I haven't
seen that one yet.
She's in Mom's Night Out and Marriage Retreat. She's the voice in some VeggieTales movies. The fun fact that I found about her is going down a little rabbit hole. She was married to David A.R. White.
Whoa.
That's right, from God's Not Dead and The Wager, etc. And also David A.R. White created kind of the company that started PureFlix. So like he and some buddies, Michael Scott included, not that Michael
Not
Scott.
that one.
You have to say it every time.
You gotta say it. Yeah.
They created PureFlix. So
is he a producer on this film, A.R. White?
I don't think so because they got divorced. But I didn't check. I could double check if you really care.
David.
I know. He let her go. Don't let her go.
Wow.
This film also stars Tara Reid as Laura.
The
one and only Tara Reid.
The one you're thinking of.
Yes, probably most famously known for American Pie and Van Wilder and The Big Lebowski as Bunny Lebowski. But Tara has also starred in Sharknado, Sharknado 2, the second one, Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens, and Sharknado 5, Global Swarming.
I did not know that got to 5.
It got to 5.
Did you know that?
All of that is real.
I didn't know that got. I figured the sequel was coming. But...
I knew it was up there. I saw the first one. Believe it or not, the story didn't really captivate me enough to feel like I had to watch all the others. I didn't. I knew there were more. I didn't know Tara Reid was in all of them.
Yeah,
I thought that was a big get for the first Sharknado, and then they were like, "She's probably got to bail out of this franchise here soon."
I hope for her that she didn't on that first one sign some sort of contract that's like, I'll do all the other Sharknadoes. And she's like, whatever, they're not going to make any more Sharknadoes. And then she's like in for 5.
Sharknado 95.
Fourth Awakens.
The Fourth Awakens, Global Swarming. I just want to be in the room making up the names for Sharknadoes. This film, moving on, stars Steve J. Young as Chap. You may know him as the cowboy from Tim McGraw's music video in the song Humble and Kind.
That's right.
But he's not really been in anything else. But I'm sure you know him from that. Randy Wayne plays Tyler, the grocery store manager. I didn't really see. He's done a ton of work. So he's got like 97 acting credits listed in IMDb.
Makes sense.
He's a busy fella.
Yeah.
He was in To Save a Life. I don't remember that part, but he was in there. And probably not much else you've ever heard of. But when I saw him and I saw him acting, I saw his face. I thought this guy looks like he's a mix between 2 people.
Yeah.
One, Haley Joel Osment and JD Vance, and I'll let you make a decision on how you felt about it. But you put his face there and you're like, oh, I can see that.
It is a fun game if you follow along with the Christian movie journey. Every every star of these movies is usually, that's who they are. They're a combination of two people.
Yeah.
And a defined two people. Like when you do it, you're like, you're right.
Right.
That's it. It's those two people.
And he's a grocery store manager, and like, you're like, oh, he's a nice guy, and he sees dead people. That's hillbilly elegy right there. This film also stars Alexander Kane as Eddie. I didn't recognize anything else he's been in. Graham Schneider as Spencer, the kid. He looked like Levin from Stranger Things, but with hair. And then Taylor Bedford as Cassidy. She was also in the movie Noel, Christmas movie. You ever heard of it?
That's her big one takeaway. She looked familiar. It's the only reason
I mean, I didn't really recognize her from Noel. I've seen Noel a couple of times, but didn't really recognize her. But Noelle's a good one. Oh, because she's like I think in Noel, she's like the kid version of Noel.
Okay.
So you only see her for a minute. And then Chris Cleveland as Dex. He was in The Prestige and The Young and the Restless and some other things of that nature.
He does the things.
He does the things magicians only pretend
to do.
Best line in any movie.
History of cinema.
So
very good.
There's more. There's a lot of people you never heard of, but
I trust you to tell us what we need to know. Anything we need to know, or is there any sort of like teaser we can give before we go to the next section?
Yeah. The IMDb synopsis is: an elderly man grapples with his wife's death until his young daughter and his estranged foster child re-enter his life, giving him a new purpose.
A new hope. The Fourth Awakens. Did you happen to snag any reviews or comments made about this movie by any chance? I meant to ask you to do that not while we were recording, and I just didn't know if by chance you had.
Yeah, no, I didn't. There weren't. This isn't a bad one like many of the other ones we've seen. I don't want to skip to our rating system.
No, I mean, Tara Reid's in it, so
right, it's obviously good. No, it does not have the same this is the worst movie ever made kind of comments from the folks in IMDb. Maybe somewhere else, but not here.
IMDb is a real classy group. That's a real.
They seem to like speak the truth. Like, I mean, you're gonna get real responses from like. Like Rotten Tomatoes kind of responses from folks. Yeah.
My niece got me onto Letterboxd, which is kind of like I can see IMDb's going to give way to this at some point. This is a new one. But IMDb walked, so it could run. That's what I always think when I see this stuff. Okay, let's dive into the synopsis. Here's what I want to say before we make this transition in our show. I'd like to say a couple things. One, we're going to talk about the film The Christmas Manger. That's what we have consumed. That's what we will discuss. We don't know the people that made this film. This is no reflection of them, of their the kind of people that they are, et cetera, their intentions. We're just judging the film. We don't know the people involved, but they did work together. They all came together to make this film, and that's what we consumed. Yeah, we will discuss.
Tara Reid eventually came together to make this film.
Tara Reid.
She showed up in person for one day.
Exactly the 36 hours her contract mandated her. Sorry. It was a day and a half. That's what she gave him, that extra half day. Second thing is I'm going to do a synopsis, a more thorough synopsis now of the film, that there will be spoilers from heretofore. This movie is available for free on really the thing holding society together still, which is Tubi.com. Tubi.com has every movie that has ever been made, I think, unless the ones that like are nominated for Oscars.
Yeah, if it's something you would say, I'd pay money for that. Don't worry about it. It's not there.
It's not a Tubi.
It's not there.
Like, I wonder if Tara Reid ever did a Christian film. That's on Tubi.
Could I get something acceptable but that I don't have to pay for?
That's on Tubi.
Check Tubi.
And acceptable, we're going to use,
right, with
a lot of
you got to lower. If your standards are lower,
right,
then yeah, there's lots of acceptable stuff on there.
Tubi, not a sponsor yet, but we're hoping to get there. Okay, so gonna read spoilers. If you want to watch this film in its entirety, I'll put the Tubi link in the show notes. You can go check it out. If you are cool with not having the movie spoiled, then just hang around and we will continue. I'll do the summary so we're all on the same page. Then we'll discuss the film. Let me give you a minute to make your choice. If you want to just pause the podcast, kind of slip out the back, watch the movie and come back, I'll give you a moment to do that right now. Mr. Kringle, I'm gonna bingo.
No,
and we're back.
We don't need more of your singing.
All your troubles away. Here we go. The Christmas Manger. Chap is a cowboy, a curmudgeon, and an aspiring cook who nearly dies attempting to make a 5-course Thanksgiving dinner for himself. But luckily, he's rescued by Jessica, his disavowed former foster daughter, who shows up unannounced and agrees to watch over Chap while he recovers and also get a full-time job to pay for her share. She's willing to simultaneously go to work and stay home and watch Chap because she's on the run from evil cousin Eddie. Eddie is an abusive alcoholic and the father of Jessica's daughter, Cassidy, and he has a credit card he still manages via telephone in the year of our Lord, 2018. Eddie uses his telephone-based credit card in his endless free time to track Jessica and the kids down at a market run by Tyler. Tyler is just your typical hunk of a grocery store manager who loves stocking shelves and tracking cows, and may have been the only boy in town who took to Jessica more than her more popular sister, Laura. Laura is, of course, Chap's beloved biological daughter who lives in Seattle and couldn't be bothered to celebrate the holidays with her newly widowed dad.
Monster.
So busy up there. Subtlety abounds as Chap, whose given name is Joseph, brings about the dream of his wife, Mary, building a replica Bethlehem and gathering all the townspeople around his humble manger to celebrate the real reason for the season, Japanese ceramic work. A merry Kintsugi to all, and to all a good night.
That was good. I feel like that should
Kintsugi.
be... Can we replace that with the IMDb synopsis?
Oh my gosh, we should do that. We should write it in as a suggestion every time.
You've already written it.
That's fun. I'm going to try that. Tim, let's get started with the diagnoses here. What was something that was shocking to you?
There was a first shocking thing. It had nothing to do with the film, but like I loved in the middle of the film getting ads, because it's Tubi.
Yeah.
There's these ads for menopause right in the middle of like what I'm watching. So I think they might be targeted to their typical audience that might be watching this kind of Hallmark movie. But I did laugh that in the ad it said, one of them said, every day thousands of women head towards menopause. And I think in a larger sense, aren't they all kind of heading that way? Kind of like every day billions of people get one day closer to death. I mean, all of us. We're all there. But the most shocking thing for me.
Hold on. Maybe the point there is that there are women getting further from menopause because they've already gotten to it.
Right. But they said thousands of women head towards menopause. I'm like, I think the number's bigger. Because this is
how little these pharmaceutical companies actually research women. There's like, how many do you think there are? I don't know. 100 sounds small.
100. No,
there's probably a couple thousand women around.
8 billion people on the planet. Half of them are women. Okay, so most shocking. Sorry, we know a lot about women and women's health.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely listen to us.
Lioness.
I liked how Jessica had like enough makeup on to look like perfect and really well done up nice all the time. She just didn't know how to cover the giant bruise on her face from Eddie. Yeah. Obviously we need to see that to know the story. But it's pretty clear she's got like perfect skin and makeup on, just not here. It's like, wow. Jessica, you're good with makeup. Miss a spot.
Well, and the hair was always like done in a way that it covered some of it.
Right.
Which again is just a little tough with the story. You're kind of like, I had two things that were shocking. One, I referenced at the end of the summary. It was really just, I did a little research. This film was shot in Kentucky. I assume sometimes when that happens,
Did it say that?
No, you had to go, I'd Googled it.
Wow.
And there's articles and stuff. Anyway, you're using the people from the area. There's a pastor that gets up and says the word Kintsugi And just hearing a Japanese ceramic art uttered in a Kentucky drawl is really something. It just was like...
You know, it's funny that it was filmed in Kentucky because I think there actually are black people in Kentucky. And there were none pictured in this film.
None there.
Huh. That's funny.
You know, my wife taught me about this Kintsugi. And you're like, oh boy. My second thing was, and this was, I would say, you know, the point of this question in the flow of things is just was something like different than you expected. It was pretty much exactly what I expected. But the plot point that was interesting, that was shocking to me, was that Chap was sent to intensive care by one single punch from Eddie. And now, listen, I know Chap's no spring chicken, but good heavens. I mean, Eddie might have missed his calling as like
That's a good point.
UFC fighter. Because, I mean, one single punch and you're in intensive care in the next scene. Mm-hmm. That guy fell off a ladder.
Chap's a cowboy.
He fell off a ladder and was chill for a couple days. Like, he got a little wrist injury. One punch from Eddie.
It's a good punch.
Straight to intensive care.
It's a big shot.
A character that you wanted to see less of, Tim?
It was, you know, there weren't a whole lot that were just bad or that I wanted to see less of. But I would say Cassidy, the daughter, like I didn't love her. And then at one point, like, so Chap makes this manger for her. So she doesn't know what a manger is. And he goes, well, rather than show it to you or draw it for you or, you know, look it up on the internet. He's like, I'm going to build one for you. And so he builds a manger out of wood with a broken wrist. He's got a sprained wrist.
Yeah.
So just so she could see what it looked like. And then her response was, well, where's the rest of the inn? Immediately. Right off the bat.
I made the same note.
It's like, what? That's not cool. And then she goes, they wouldn't just have a manger in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Like, what? Girl? What? Help then. Do something. Get off your butt. Like, you're not contributing anything. Yeah. You're just causing more work. And then he ended up, we find out later, dude spent all his money from his wife's travel fund, late wife's travel fund, and put it into that whole manger in scene just because Cassidy didn't have enough.
There was never enough.
No.
Yeah, it did feel like they couldn't find that lane. There's some Christmas movie tropes you're looking for, and the bright-eyed wonder of the innocent is like where you're trying to land. And yeah, I did like actually at one point her brother like looks at her and it was like a little offbeat and was like, "You're pretty bossy," and like they didn't like justify it with him going like, "But I love you." She just says that. And it was like, yeah, I think that's the right thing to say at this point. But then at moments she was very sweet and vulnerable. And
yeah, she was sweet. And then you couldn't
find the beat.
Yeah.
Because even that line, if it's delivered like, oh, but I wonder what the whole town would have looked like.
Right.
It wasn't. It was very like, give me a town, old man. But maybe this was what Chap needed. Character I wanted to see less of, and again, it's a similar note, and it was Chap for me, because I feel like, you know, again, Christmas, what I want to see, I want the curmudgeon to turn around, right? The Grinch, Scrooge. I want this story. This is what I'm here for in a Christmas movie. I want this, like, I don't believe in no Christmas because my wife died and I make myself Thanksgiving dinner. But he just couldn't really get there for me. And then he had it was a little flat. He had a couple moments I want to point out.
So your character to see less of was Chap.
It was Chap.
Yeah, he wasn't like the best actor. No offense. I mean, I'm sure he did a great job in that Tim McGraw music video, but
he didn't have to talk.
It's great. It's probably, like he's got a good look. It looks like Curly from City Slickers.
Yeah, and just there were moments.
And maybe that might just be me thinking every old man who dresses up like a cowboy looks like Curly from the City Slickers.
Don't they though? A couple moments that I just thought, like, he walks out to the fence at one point. He like takes Cassidy out to the fence, and then he walks all the way. They make a note about how far this fence is from his house because he's got to go all the way out there. So he gets out there and he's talking with Cassidy. One little conversation. She's like, "I want to help," and he's like, "You can't. It's too dangerous." I was like, I mean, I don't, okay, I guess. But then they conclude the conversation and he goes, all right, I got to go get my tools. And again, I'm not trying to be nitpicky necessarily, but it's just like, all right, well, yeah, an old man on a farm is not walking all the way out to the fence
without his tools.
with no tools. That makes... Rach was in the room when I said this out loud. I'm like, no. Why would anyone walk all the way out there and have a whole conversation and then go, I gotta go get my tool? Like, what do you think you were gonna see? It's a fence. You gotta fix. There's 4 tools you're gonna need for this, big dog.
And what are those tools, Ant?
They're the dangerous ones. And that's why Cassidy couldn't help. Character you wanted to see more of, Tim?
Okay. I want to see more of Eddie. Like, he's the bad guy.
Oh, One Punch.
Yeah, One Punch Eddie. And I want to see more of him. I want to see a little bit more. He was pretty convincing character. He wasn't nice. But also part of me wanted to see like a bad thing happen to him too. Agreed. Because like you're waiting for this. Like he's mean, he's cruel, he's vicious, he's abusive, he's like everything bad. And you're like, he needs to get his what fours or whatever. Yeah. And that never happened. So it would have been nice to see a little bit more of him in that regard.
I completely agree. He also, I want to give tip of the hat to the actor. He nailed like an accent that was really good. It was Southern, but it was like almost like the bully from A Christmas Story, like that, like with the raccoon hat. Like it was like high pitched a little bit, and I was like, yeah, that's a good voice to make me dislike you a lot.
But like a little bit charming too, because of the way, because he's got to like sell the lie of like him being in town for like no harmful reason. No. Yeah. I just want to see Jessica. She's got my kid.
He called, he's on the phone at one point to the bank too, and I thought that was, I obviously noted that in the summary, but I thought that was funny of like, I want to be notified of activity on my card, but don't shut it down. This is a normal request to make.
Right, but he's so charming, he's so able to pull that off.
Great set of teeth. I don't know if you made note of that, but they were like every scene stealing the show.
Yeah. The caps of like what's his name? Timothy Oliphant. Just delightful.
Okay, a character we wanted to see more of for me was Tara Reid. The low energy she was bringing to this whole thing, I couldn't get enough of it.
Well, it's when half 3/4 of her scenes were filmed from her from an LA apartment, making it look like Seattle. They do some stock footage of Seattle skyline to show that she's in Seattle. Yeah. And then just put her in an apartment, and it's like, well, you're going to go to this computer, and then you're going to have the conversation from your bed.
Right. Story-wise, it was real flimsy at best. We never see a husband or kids, which, is fine, except for that you just told us she couldn't go to be with her dad, whose wife just died. That's kind of hard to wrap your head around. But just her flat delivery. The note I made read like this. She reads lines as if they were showing up on a teleprompter and she were discovering them in real time.
This is her first read through on the script. Never saw it. She saw the first page, signed the contract. Yeah.
She's like, I'm not doing the lines, but you can have it prompter. So she's like, you never told me that you didn't believe me earlier when I told you that she was trouble. That was the fluidity.
So you want to see more of that?
Every time she was on the screen, I was like, yes, buckle in. She had great quotes. The one I'll highlight here is this. She's on the phone with her dad who lives in her childhood home. And it's actually Jessica calling. But she picks up the phone thinking it's her dad in her childhood home and goes, hey, Dad, what time is it there? Why would you not know what time it was there?
Do the math, Tara. Wasn't she a lawyer or something?
She's a high-powered Seattle lawyer who has been in a time zone her whole life, recently moved, and has completely forgotten.
Subtract 1 hour or 2 hours or maybe 3 hours.
Is it this daylight savings time there? It was great. I was here for all of Tara's scenes.
Both of them.
Give me a character that reminded me of you.
My character that reminded me of you was it was more of like a ghost of Christmas future. And it was Chap. I know you didn't want to see any more of him, but like he really tries to act gruff, you know. He acts like a curmudgeon, but he's not. No. Like this to me is you in 40 years. If you're trying to act like a jerk, like a mean old man,
right?
Like it doesn't take very much to realize like you're not that. And so I think that's about the most like grinchiness we're ever going to get out of you. Also, at one point he's teaching the kid to like use power tools and he's like using them the wrong way. That might have had something to contribute to it. And he's like teaching the kid to use power tools with the glove on, which is unsafe. You don't use a circular saw with a glove on. You can get the glove caught in the saw. Just for safety tip for everyone out there.
Good note.
And it made me think that's something Anthony as an old man would do is like teach a kid the wrong thing to do when it comes to power tools.
I definitely could see a facade of grumpiness, you know, so I don't get kicked out of the 55 and up community I'm in. You know,
right? Like if Rach died, I would understand. Like you'd be sad.
Yeah,
I would hope.
I would be devastated, Tim.
There it is. For the record, he said devastated.
I would never be the same.
He would never cook Thanksgiving meal for himself. But like, yeah, it's like this guy's attempt at being grumpy was. Yeah.
I could see me getting to the 55 and up community and being pulled aside early by like a board member. It's like, hey, this energy is too much. I need you to come in and start with complaining about some things. Tell us some things hurt. I need you to start to find that rhythm. So I could see me getting into like an obligatory like.
Yeah, they would probably send you straight to the nursing home, which is more about like, oh, if you're upbeat, it's because you're senile.
I'm in there like, who's ready to have a great day? And then a week later, I'm like, my ankle hurts. Who's ready to have a great day? And then they let me stay. He's a character that reminded me of you, Tim. And it was Spencer.
Great.
It was Spencer because of two major points. One, he's interested in helping only when the power tools get involved. Like he was kind of like, I don't know what you guys are doing out there. And
fair.
When there are electric power tools involved. And also, there seems to be like some mystery around who his dad is. And his dad kind of seems like he might be dead. So I thought you guys had that. Common. Sorry. I thought that's why you reminded me of you.
Merry Christmas, Sam.
Because his dad is presumably in that hometown. He's nowhere around, so no.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Yeah, just similarities. Give me your low point.
The low point for me was the forced conversations between Chap and Cassidy about the Bible, about like the Bible and just Christian faith, religion, whatever. At one point, Chap goes, he like talks about this book and he gives her a book to read. Well, I thought that was your wife's name because it has her name on it. I thought she wrote it. Well, no. She didn't write it. That's her Bible. Someone else put her name on it. I guess God wrote it. Oh, what kind of book is it? Oh, well, they got people whose whole job it is to study that book. Oh, really? What do they do for a living? Well, they're called pastors. Like, this was so agonizingly really painful. Yeah, and then she goes at one point, oh, pastors? Well, where do they hang out?
Yeah.
At a church.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh.
It definitely had all of the fluidity of one of those, like, anti-drug ads.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself in this situation. Hey, Billy, I've got drugs. Do you want to buy drugs?
I will give you this first drugs for free. At one point, she goes,
all of the cool kids are drugs.
She says he like makes the manger for her, and she's like, "There's a song about a manger? That's a Christmas song?" And Chap's like, "Yeah, it's away in a manger. Here, let me have Brad Stein sing it for you."
I read the part in the Bible about you and your wife where it mentioned Joseph and Mary. It's another real quote from the movie. Yeah, it was really tough. Mine was a little bit more conceptual, the low point. And it really was just that the inciting incident of this whole movie, you could say, like the action within the movie, is that Jessica is running away from an abusive relationship.
Right.
My low point is the best, most charming line that they could end her and Tyler's like budding romance with was her saying, "Are you mad? That's nice." And I just couldn't help but go, that is really kind of the one phraseology I would have not used. You could have said any number of little romantic lines.
True.
To be like, you missed me. You're so nice and weird and play on that they were using. But the fact that they went back to when it was like literally.
Right. Are you borderline abusive?
That's what it
That's
read
nice.
like. Oh, you get angry? Now I'm interested.
I'm into that kind of thing.
No.
No, Jessica. Maybe that's the story,
Jessica,
though.
no. Are you mad? That's nice. Give me a high point.
The high point for me where I laughed out loud. I don't know if you caught it, but Spencer is talking to Chap, and he goes, he's like showing him his phone or his iPad or something, and he's like, "Yeah, Chap, it's called an image search." And he you see him zoomed in on the iPad, and he's looking at images on Gleagle, and not Google. A Gleagle image search, and I just laughed. I thought that was funny.
I love when you have to slightly adjust a brand. Yeah, I tried to catch another one. I didn't look super hard. I tried twice and it was really fast. But at one point, Eddie buys beer and it's like beer. Yeah, it's called something beer.
Beer
and I
brand
couldn't quite
beer.
see it. But yeah, I'm a sucker for a fake brand. And Gleagle. Maybe it was because for legal reasons they couldn't use the real one.
That's why he gets paid.
Anybody?
To do comedy.
My high point, honestly, might be the most high point of any Christian movie I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
It made me laugh so hard. Like, not exaggerating.
Wow. Expectations through the roof.
That's a mistake. You probably shouldn't do that. And I did it. But anyway, this was my high point. The third act of the movie, the Jessica and the kids have run away, feeling like they have put Chap in danger. And Chap is like, now Laura's back in town, and her and Chap are getting into it. And he ends up back in church, and the pastor is giving a sermon. And he, at one point, this is when Kintsugi, you can see how impacted I was by this. But at one point, the pastor is talking, and he gets up there, and he holds up a pitcher and says, "Mary Beth made this, but she didn't sell it because it had a flaw." On film, he's holding the shards of a broken pitcher. Like they're just broken pieces. The way he says it. Like, you'd have to be a real master to notice. He's holding a shattered pitcher in his hands.
It has a flaw.
And he calls it like a minor structural issue. Like literally, that's what he says. And he's just holding it up with a serious face. And I lost it. I was like, that is the funniest, to hold it up and be like, Mary Beth was such a pro. She wouldn't even sell this. You guys believe that?
I think it's a metaphor for selling Christian movies in general. This film has a flaw in it.
A plot hole.
Oh, you mean the plot and the acting and the lighting,
closely.
and there's just nobody paid anybody, and there's not a diversity in any of the people here, but it's got a flaw. But we're gonna hold it together with some gold glue.
Kintsugi. Oh my gosh, dude, I lost it.
What a metaphor.
I lost it. Ultimately, Tim, how many raised hand emojis do you give the Christmas Manger?
So, in conclusion, as much as this film highlights the real frustrations that occur when the only person who knows how to make Thanksgiving dinner work just suddenly dies, and how inconvenient that is for the rest of us, I keep saying a 2. I'm gonna go like 2.5 today.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
giving it a 2.5 to be generous in the Christmas Thanksgiving spirit.
Yeah.
It's watchable with decent acting in a pretty okay story for the most part. But it was done pretty well. But like there are so many things that I think would need to be resolved in this. Like you started a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like how did they really deal with Eddie? Like dude, cold cock chap in the face, knocked him out, sent him to the ER. And they're not calling the police. Like he abused his wife or ex-lover, whatever Jessica was. But he doesn't go to jail. And then how did Tyler get a camel? You know, how did he find a camel?
Now that is obvious.
I know we don't need to know that part, but there are some open-ended things here. Where Tyler finds a camel for the little girl, and he's like, "Well, that's just what I do."
There was a bonus scene. I don't know if you saw. But if you went to the end of the film, it said 10 years prior, and Tyler put a cow tracker on a camel, knowing he'd have to one day go back. It was really good, really thoughtful.
Smart.
So what'd you end up on then?
I said 2.5.
From the yeah. I was at 3. I was at 3 for this one.
Of course you are.
It is everything you said. It's watchable. These people have worked in other things, and you can tell there's some acting going on. It goes from 2 to 3 for me because it has some really cringy moments that made me laugh like out loud. That's a big plus for me. And the obviously the pottery one just really got me good. And there's a couple others where just Tara Reid's lines. Oh my, I could have done it all day. It's a liability nightmare out there.
The guy, what got me too, Eddie slams his Mustang into the nativity scene.
Yeah.
He hates his car. Like, you have to hate your car to do that. There are better ways to destroy someone's stuff. You don't drive your sports car through wood and pottery and go and have it leave unscathed.
Well, it was so well made by the gloved circular saw that it would, if he'd have tried to knock it over himself, it wouldn't have. It clearly wouldn't have done anything. At one point, Tara Reid goes, he goes, "This is, of course the money's gone. I used it to build this. This is your mom's dream." And she goes, "This fake town?" Tara Reid in this should have been nominated. I'm not saying she should have won for supporting, but she should have been nominated. It was so good.
And it's funny, she's billed as in the top billing.
Yeah.
And she is probably 10th on the depth chart of lines.
I spent the first 15 minutes going oh, is Jessica Tara Reid? I haven't seen Tara Reid in a while.
Did I miss something?
Is that Tara Reid now? And then when Tara Reid eventually shows up, you're like, oh, no, that's Tara Reid. She's just on the phone.
Every scene is her on the phone.
Never made it to set.
She did one day. She did the one day.
She did the one day.
With
You're right. Yeah. Where she's
actually in the house. Doesn't interact with any other characters.
She walked in the house. She also, at one point, after this plot point is so reinforced that nobody told Jessica that Mary Beth died. And then at one point, Tara's on the phone and she's like, you didn't even come when Mom died. Well, we've reinforced over and over again that she didn't know that this happened. So it just kind of falls apart. But that's writing. That's not Tara. She did the best with what she could, with what she had. She was lost in that character. She probably made people call her Laura on set for the day she was there.
The one day.
Yeah.
One day.
That's the Christmas Manger. That is the most important story centered around a Christmas manger that you will probably hear this whole season. It is the one. Do you think when people set out to make these movies, they just put the Christmas blank and they have an AI generator, give me Christmas words that are searched and we'll find whatever's available?
Yeah. Christmas horse, a goat for Christmas, hay bales in the Christmas snow. These write themselves at this point.
Oh, they're all so good. That's the Christmas Manger. I hope that you're watching good Christmas movies this season. I hope if you have some Christian ones we need to watch, feel free to send them.
I like that you wish that everybody else watches good Christian films or Christmas films. Not me.
No.
You just send these to me.
Yeah. Yeah. But really, they're a gift. In every one of these.
To who?
There's a little...
Putting a flaming bag of dog poop on someone's doorstep is technically a gift.
Would you rather have these movies or 3 French hens? Think about that.
Italian hens? Maybe.
Hey. Yeah, if you have a Christian Christmas movie we need to watch, you can send it to us.
Better get it in quick.
Yeah, get it in quick because we got to do another one here real soon. Wherever you have a great holiday season, Christmas time. If you want to buy Bible's Funny card games, again, you can check that out. If you sponsor a child through Compassion International, compassion.com/BiblesFunny, and you just let me know, I will send you a game. Just let me know which one you want. I'll send it your way. And we'll talk to you again here really soon. Mm-hmm. Okay? Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So happy? All right. Well, have a great rest of your day and week, and we'll talk to you soon with another podcast. See you later. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
The Bible.